welcome to Penel Educate. In this video series, we'll be looking at a dividend. Make sure you watch the video on buying and selling of shares. All right, so shareholders invest their money in a company by buying shares issued by the company. Don't forget we said in the other videos that when shareholders buy shares in a company, one way or the other, they become part owners of that company. So we have companies selling shares for the members of the public to, own some parts of the company. So when they buy shares, they are actually investing their money in that company and they receive profits. They receive profits made by the company in the form of dividend. So profits that is made by the company in form of dividend. So the profit that you get or the dividend that you get depends on the number of shares that you have bought, the number of investments that you have made in that company by buying shares. Now, for example, what does an investor receive from 800 2 naira shares in a company paying a dividend of 5%? Now, don't forget that the selling price of that shares is 2 naira per share. So what does an investor receive from 800 of 2 naira worth of shares that the investor has bought from a company paying a dividend of 5%? Now, dividend on one share at 5%. So that means 5 over 100. That is, they are selling one shares at 2 naira. So 2 naira. So the dividend is 0.1 naira. Now, for dividend on 800 shares, so we just multiply 800 with the dividends on one shares. So that means the dividends on the 800 shares is 80 naira. All right, so let's look at further examples. Find the number of 1 naira shares that will yield a dividend of 50 naira at 5%. Find the number of 1 naira shares that will yield a dividend of 50 naira at 5%. So that means the dividend on 1 naira share at 5% is just 5 over 100 multiplied by 1 naira. So if you do this one, just convert it to 100 kobo for easy division. And once you are done, it's going to give you a 5 kobo. And a 5 kobo can convert that to 0.05 naira. So that means 0.05 naira is the dividend on one share. Okay? Because one share which is being sold at 1 naira, this is 1 naira per share. 1 naira per share. So that means one share, okay, is 1 naira. Okay? Now, 0.05 naira is the dividend on 1 naira share. Now, the dividend of 50 naira is going to be how many shares? So 50 multiplied by 1 divided by 0.05. 50 multiplied by 1 then divided by 0.05. Then if you do the arithmetic, it's going to give you 50 divided by 5 over 100, because this particular one is 5 over 100. All right, so 50 divided by 5. So if you do the change this, so it's going to give you 50 multiplied by 100 over 5, and it's going to give you a 1000 naira share. So that means you need to buy 1,000 naira, 1,000 shares for you to get 50 naira worth of dividends. So you can calculate. That way you can do is to calculate it if that is what it's going to give you. So that means, we have 5%. So if you do 5% of the 1,000 shares, 2 years, so that should give you 50 naira. So this is just is 50. Okay, that's 50 naira, which is the same thing as this particular one. So the shares that we're going to have, 1,000 shares, is going to give us 50 naira dividends. Okay. All right. So if you look at this example, which share will pay higher dividend? 200 1 naira shares paying a dividend rate of 8%, or 150 1.5 naira shares paying a dividend rate at 6%. So let us look at it and compare. Now, for the first one, we have 8%, okay, multiplied by 1 naira shares. That is uh, the dividends. So check the dividends. You can convert this to 100 kobo. So when you cut it, it's going to give you 8 kobo, and 8 kobo will give you 0.08 naira. So it means one share, one share will give you 0.08 naira as a dividend. All right, so 200 shares will then give us 200 multiplied by 0.08, and that one will give us that will give us a 16 naira. Okay, so give us a 16 naira. Okay, so that means we have 200 share will give us a 16 naira. Now let us look at the other ones. We have 1.35. Okay, all right, at the rate of 6%. So 6 over 100 multiplied by 1.35, so that's about 135 kobo. So if you do that arithmetic, go to have 6 divided by 100, then multiply by that is 135. Okay, so that will give me 8.1. So if I divide it by 100, it's going to give me 0. 0.08 naira, 0.081 naira. Okay, so that's what that will give me. That's divided by 100, 35, will give me 0.081 naira. So that means for one share, okay, I have 0.081 as a dividend. So then for 150 shares, okay, I'm going to have that's multiplied by 150. So I'm going to have a 12.15 naira. Now, if you look at it very well, you see that this particular one share here is about 8.1 kobo, and this one is just 8 kobo. So definitely this particular one, will pay more, eventually than this, because if you bought 200 shares also here, you're going to have about 16 naira 40 kobo. If you bought 200 shares here, you're going to have about 16 naira okay, 20 kobo, which is higher than this particular one. Okay, so if you make everything 200, definitely this particular one will be, paying more, will pay higher dividend than this. All right, so I hope this has been very informative. I want you to check the other videos on tax 6 and rates. I hope this video has been very informative. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, share with your friends and loved ones, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.